All right, cameras, are we all good? We all good? Everyone's good? Okay. We're going to start the show now. Are you fucking ready? Guys, I want you to put your hands together right now. Give it up for Cortney Warner!
Wow. Holy shit, hello. Guys, let's just get into it. So I was homeschooled, but you knew that. You could absolutely tell. I don't have to ever I don't have to announce it to anyone that I'm homeschooled, you know? And no matter how much I've worked to like get that off of me, you know, I'll always be a little awkward and a little naive with this kind of stuff, living in the world because of that. And I remember when I first moved to Nashville, I was at a bar and this guy came up to me and he was just like, "Are you into BBC?" And I was like, so excited someone asked me that question. Because I was like, yeah, I love British people. Are you kidding me? Doctor Who is my shit. What are you talking about? He meant the other kind, which is... I'm not the cops, Jesus Christ. I know it's banned in Tennessee, but what? Not Big Black Cock, but the search is banned in Tennessee. Anyway, I mean, because I don't want to put in my driver's license on Pornhub anymore, so I just use my imagination. Homeschooling did give me that, so I'll tell you that much. But anyway, so so it was weird that he asked me that question. Extra weird because he was a white guy, so I don't really know. He might have been a census taker, I don't know, honestly, but yeah. But yeah, I was homeschooled, like truly in the trenches. Homeschooled kindergarten through 12th grade, all 25 years. And so that's how long my mom kept me in the basement, so I don't really know. But it frustrates me when I meet people who are like, "Oh my God, I was homeschooled too." And I was like, really? It's like, oh my God, you're meeting someone that you can relate to. They're like, yeah, for like 6 months in 8th grade, I was homeschooled. And I was like, you weren't homeschooled, you had mono. You were dying, okay? That's not the same. It's not the same. Until you have your dead-eyed stare and give you the sex talk, it's not the same. But no, people are always intrigued when they meet other homeschoolers. They don't meet a lot of homeschool people out in the wild, probably because they're still at home. They don't get out much. Like, did you know you could be homeschooled through college? Isn't that crazy? I wasn't, thank God. Probably because both of my parents barely got their GEDs. So they're like, we'll tap out at like 6th grade and we'll just wait till she's college age and send her on. So, but yeah, I couldn't imagine being homeschooled through college. Like, I couldn't imagine having my lesbian experience with my parents, you know what I mean? Instead of having a fun time in college, Christmas is just weird the rest of our lives, you know? But people tend to look at me a little bit weird when they find out I'm homeschooled, you know? They get a little cagey with me, and I never really understood why, but I figured it out. People look at me and when they find out I'm homeschooled and they talk to me like how I'd imagine they talk to like a dog at an animal shelter. Truly. They hit me with the, "Oh, you're homeschooled? Oh, you're just so well socialized." "Oh, and you have all of your vaccines?" We know your kind don't like to do that, so that's really... I'm like, just call me a racial slur at this point. It's a lot more comfortable for both of us if you just do that. My name is Cortney, but my parents wanted me to be unique and stand out, so they spelled it without the U. It's very annoying, but they did. Someone should have told them that me being the only Asian person in rural Ohio in the 90s would have been plenty, honestly. My name being spelled without the U, it's just enough of a difference that people usually fuck it up, because it's like, it's not with a K, it's not with an E-Y or whatever. It's like just, there's no U in there. So people tend to overlook it. It's very frustrating. And because of that, and because of how I look, I can generally tell who's racist. I mean, I can tell generally anyway, but like, it's pretty easy these days, but I can tell who's racist pretty much off the bat. Like, I had a day job before my current job, and I had to wear a name tag, and I worked at a grocery store, and I would have just, rich Green Hills ladies come up to me and just be like, "Oh, excuse me, can you tell me where the corn is?" How do I pronounce that? Qua. I'm like, oh, you mean Cortney? Courtney? Is that what you mean? And they always hit me with the, oh my God, that's beautiful. What country of origin is that from? Oh. Like, it's French. Thank you very much. But names are interesting, though, because you don't get to pick your birth name, you know, your parents do, and I think that's kind of crazy. Like, you don't get to pick if you're born, you don't get to pick your name, but you can pick when you die, though, if you want to go that route. So, hell yeah, your body, your choice, guys. So whatever you want to do. So this is where I'm going to insert the BetterHelp ad in this special, so they won't sponsor me. I wonder why, you know. But no, like you don't pick those things, and you don't get to pick if you're on this earth, and that's crazy. You also don't pick your name, and you can change your name, you can do whatever, but there's always going to be people that know you, knee-jerk reaction to that name that your parents gave you, and I think that's kind of fucked up, honestly. You know, you could accomplish everything in the world and still be known by some really stupid name that your parents thought would be fun to say, basically. They don't realize you have to apply to a job eventually, you know? For example, I have a day job. I work in hedge funds, and I had a Zoom call with this guy from JP Chase. This real high-powered dude, you know, one of those guys that wears like Patagonia fleece in the summer, you know, like for the culture, you know what I mean? Guys like that, like boat shoes in a landlocked state kind of vibe, you know? One of those dudes. So I was like, all right, JP Chase, C-suite dude, get on the call, and on the Zoom invite, it said his name is spelled A-N-I-L. And I'm like, okay, Anil, JP Chase, got it, cool. So I get on the call, and I'm like, hey, I'm Cortney Warner. Anil, are you there? And he goes, it is actually pronounced anal. Yeah, you're hearing about it secondhand, so good for you guys. But no, yeah, it's his name is Anal, and I was like, oh, well, good morning, Mr. Anal. How are you today? It's just, I never thought in my wildest fantasies of having a boring 9-to-5 that I'd ever say the sentence at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. Hi, I'm Cortney Warner, and I'm looking for anal. You know? But Cortney, names are interesting. I just think it's all very interesting how they work, because Cortney is my name, but it's not my birth name, actually. I was born in South Korea. I always have to clarify South Korea, because people love to ask which one. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, unless you think I'm Bane from Batman that just crawled over the border wall. They're not letting any babies out of North Korea, I don't think. You know, I'm from the land of K-pop and like silver hair, so that is where I've come from. Those are my people. They're all so beautiful and so young looking. It's crazy. It's like I'll look at like K-pop stars, and you know, I'll be like, oh, they're like 15. They're like, no, they're 40 years old. I don't get it. It's crazy. That's where I think I got a little too colonized with that. But yeah, Courtney's not my birth name. Is what I call my colonizer name. It's easier for people to say. I do know my birth name. I know my Korean name. I know it, but I never tell anybody that name, you know. I think it's like some things you just need to keep for yourself, you know. I think that's important to have some things sacred. Also, I can't pronounce it, so there is that. It's like, I am from Ohio. You don't want to hear this accent say anything of Asian descent at all. It sounds really bad, I'll tell you that much. But so guys, if you buy anything like off of like, I know we don't shop there anymore, but like Amazon or Target or whatever, you buy something online, they send you the wrong thing, but they're willing to send you the thing that you wanted for free. Do you keep that wrong thing or do you return it?
Yeah, keep it.
Keep it, right, yeah. White elephant that shit later on, you know? I get it from my parents, I think, because they definitely keep whatever's sent to them. They just don't bother, you know? They'll like, well, we'll get something, we'll get the same, we'll get what we want later on, you know? The biggest example of that is in 1993, they tried to adopt a boy from South Korea, and they got me instead. Yeah. And they were like, oh man, international shipping is pretty expensive these days. She's 13 pounds? Yeah, we'll try again in a couple of years. We'll try again. We'll roll the dice one more time. We'll refinance the house a fourth time. We'll try it again. No, like I said, I am physically, biologically a Korean woman that has a blood coursing through my veins. It's very cool. So I've been told it's awesome. You know, I've been told that by very liberal people and a lot of white guys. So cool. But spiritually, emotionally, like mentally though, I identify as white trash. Yeah, I do. Anyone go to the Indy and Daytona 500 growing up? Anyone? Anyone drink out of a shoe? Anyone? That's the deep cut for all of my motorheads out there. But it wasn't my choice. It was like, it's for your birthday, but it's really your dad wants to do that. So, you know, it's a family trip. I feel very akin to white trash, you know, like we were that type of family that always had shit on the front lawn, you know? Like we were always having a yard sale, but it was just our dignity at that point. You know what I mean? It's like, why did we have 12 toilets on the front lawn at all times? Where did they come from? Where did they go, you know? Like, it was just so strange. And it's like, we dressed white trash, too. We definitely did. Like, do you guys remember the brand Big Dog from the 90s? Yeah? Okay, we have some fans in here. Okay, you're familiar with the game. Okay. Well, I had a shirt for those who don't know, Big Dog, their brand, I think they're still around. The branding is there's like a bulldog on the front with like a red spiky collar, and on the back it would have some suggestive words on it, you know, for like just let the fellas know you're not gay, you know what I mean? That's what that brand is for. Anyway, so that's Big Dog. I had a Big Dog shirt growing up. It was my favorite shirt. It was the nicest shirt that I owned, frankly. And mine was a gray t-shirt, had a little dog on the front, and on the back it said, "It's bigger than you think." Is it? We'll never know. But yeah, I got baptized in that, so. Swear to God, there's a video of me with the pastor going in with the power of Christ in me, and "It's bigger than you think" rolling across the screen. Man. But yeah, so wild times for sure. But like, you know, being adopted is interesting. It puts me in kind of a weird category because I'm obviously not white. That's made very apparent to me every day that I live. You know, that's very obvious. But I don't really fit in with other Asian people who were born and raised in Asian households. They kind of shun me too a little bit, you know, so I'm kind of in this limbo. And it's hard to not feel like you're validated in either space that you exist because just by circumstances you don't pick, you know. For example, like, I grew up eating white people food, and what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, it's amazing, not you guys in particular, but you guys think you're the superior race. Wow, because like, I grew up eating like, just like, there's so many things I didn't know. Like, I didn't know you're supposed to season your meat before you boil it. You know what I mean? Right? Like, I thought salt and pepper shakers were just decorations on the Lazy Susan, so. I'm like, why do Snoopy and Woodstock have holes on the top of their heads? We'll never know. It's crazy. So I grew up eating a lot of just very bland food. And I remember the first time I tried Korean food, I was 27 years old. And this still makes me teared up a little bit to this day because it was like, you know, the first, you know, food hits your senses. Like the steam hits your face and you smell everything and you hear the food cooking, you know, in the kitchen. And then I tasted it for the first time and I cried because I was like, oh my God, like 27 years, I'm tasting all this history, all this, everything that I came from. And I was like, wow, if I would have had this food growing up, if I would have known just a little bit about where I came from and ate this amazing food, I definitely wouldn't have been bulimic, I'll tell you that much. You know? Why would I want to throw that up, you know what I'm saying? That was a risky one, so I'm glad that you guys came along with that. Just kidding, that is a joke. I wasn't bulimic, I was anorexic. Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't want to eat that food I ate growing up. I just thought I didn't like food. You know, I'm like, hey, it's not my thing. Like, some people go to the gym, some people like to draw. I'm like, food, not my thing. It's okay, you know? Turns out that's just, salt and pepper really do wonders. It's crazy. A little bit of red pepper flakes. Ooh, wow. Getting spicy for sure. Don't give a blowjob after you eat that. Let me tell you that much. They don't like it, so. If they do, they're a freak, and that's cool. But yeah, so like I struggle with that a lot, with identity and who I am and all those things. Is I just inherently, I was taught that either way, I just don't fit into either category, and it's hard. I'm 32 and I'm still trying to figure things out, you know. I remember I almost lost my college scholarship because I didn't fulfill one of the obligations, because I got a diversity scholarship at this school, and one of the ways to keep the scholarship was we had to go to these, and it sounds crazy, cultural appreciation dinners. or everyone who got on, who had the scholarship had to bring something from their culture, like a dish to share. We talk about it and talk about our heritage and all that. And I missed the first one. I almost lost my scholarship because I didn't want to show up to that dinner with all these amazing dishes and all these people talking about their family traditions and everything. I didn't want to show up with like unseasoned boiled chicken. You know what I mean? Like, this is the food of my ancestors. You know, but talking about homeschooling a little bit earlier, I'm going to talk about that a lot tonight. I was, in spite of my interesting education, I'm a big history buff. I'm a big history fan. Anyone else like history in here? Nice. Okay, cool. So you guys know what's up, you know? And I love history. And what I mean by that is I fuck with American Girl dolls. I love those bitches, okay? I realize when I say I fuck with dolls, I mean I like them, okay? I need to clarify. There's no dolls in the bedroom with me. I just wanted to clarify. Someone said, hey, do you mean you like, what part do you stick up you? And I'm like, obviously the foot, duh, okay? The most girth on those baby legs, let's be real. Yeah, we're cutting that too. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Camera one, is this gonna make the vinyl? We'll see. It's all gonna be on there, unfortunately. So yeah, I love American Girl dolls. I love them. I think American Girl dolls are like Sex in the City for kids. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm a Carrie, I'm a Samantha, I'm a Charlotte, whatever. No, it's like, oh, I'm a Felicity, I'm a Kirsten. It's mainly like, what American tragedy do you identify with? You know what I mean? That is American Girl dolls to a T, and I love it. I love them so much that when I got to choose a family vacation, I chose Williamsburg, Virginia. My brother, who got to choose the next year, was a bit more basic. He chose Disney World. Loser. It was fun. It was really fun. I'm not gonna lie. So I chose Williamsburg, Virginia, and we had a great time. I got a little bonnet and made butter, and it was the best weekend of my life, honestly. I've been chasing that high ever since, and this is almost there. Tonight's almost there, but no. So if you know American Girl dolls, you might know who my favorite doll was based on Williamsburg, and that is Felicity. Yes, Felicity, she was the Revolutionary War doll. She had a whole series of books. She was a horse girl. And probably very gay. Definitely some diddling under the petticoats is what I was reading between the lines, you know what I mean? Yeah, Felicity, she had a horse named Penny, short for Independence. I wish I made that up. No, that is just what they wrote. Like, children's books, they're such a slam dunk. I think that's my future career, honestly. Felicity at the time, in her book, she was considered a patriot, which means something very different today. What it meant back then is that she just drank black coffee instead of tea at 9 years old. So, Boston Tea Party, anyone? Any Tea Party heads out there? You guys know. So that was her whole deal. And obviously American Girl dolls, they were written as like fiction. They're fiction. They're not real at all. They're meant to get kids excited about reading and learning. Almost everyone knows that. I didn't know that for a very long time. I thought she was a real person. Turns out homeschoolers, not big on fact checking, turns out. And still really not to this day. So I remember for our homeschool group, there was our church and homeschool co-op that we were part of, that once a month we'd get all the kids together, all a total of 6 of us, you know. 4 of them were related, and so all of us together to give oral reports to practice like speaking in front of people and socializing, for homeschoolers. And so like homeschoolers socializing with other homeschoolers is like a double negative, you know what I mean? It cancels it out, you know? So we had to do oral report, and the 1 month was women in history. And so a lot of kids, the usual suspects, they chose like Amelia Earhart, Cleopatra. Some of the kids chose Nancy Reagan. Those kids have OnlyFans now, so yeah, throat goat Nancy, save the nation. Fuck the Reagans, okay? Fuck them. They're why I can't buy a house and I am middle class. Like, okay, whatever. So I was an overachiever at the time. So I did 2 oral reports. 1 on Anne Frank, very real person. 2, Felicity Merriman. Who I thought was she was real to me, okay? And I show up to this report. I was so excited. I got up with my 2 reports, and I started out saying, I did my reports today on Anne Frank and Felicity Merriman. I was so serious. And I was like, Anne Frank is a very brave woman because she had a diary and she let everyone read it. I have a diary and I would die if anyone read mine. And also she's relatable because she stayed in her room a lot. And I do too. But Felicity is my true American hero because she saved America from going back to the British. Now, Anne only had 1 book, and she wrote it herself, The Diary of. Felicity had 6 books about her, so you tell me who was more important to American history. We changed groups pretty quickly after that. But no, I'm thankful to be here in general. Like I said, I'm in my 30s now, and this is really exciting to be here and to be filming this with all of you guys. I'm thankful it's not super hot yet, though, because I don't do well in the heat, per se, because I'm on antidepressants. Anyone else? Yes. Yeah, anyone else on the devil's pill? Hell yeah. I call it the devil's pill because God doesn't want you to be happy. He just wants you to be obedient, you know? And the closer you are to killing yourself, the closer you are to hanging out with him, so... He was like, I'm going to create mental illness and blame it on Eve because of sin, but really, he's like Michael Scott. He's like, I want to have 1,000 people and no one can say no to being my friend. It's kind of how Christianity works. It's crazy. I don't got out of that, but also peace and love if you're a Christian. No offense. If you're here, I don't know why you're here tonight, for sure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a real one, you know. This cross figure for you, I don't know. Or like the fish, the little like ichthus fish, is that like one of those for your persecution needs? And so, anyway. Where the antidepressants. I was like, yeah, I'm there. I'm also starting to sweat a little bit. So see, I talked about the antidepressants. So yeah, so I'm on antidepressants. I've been on them for a couple of years. Changed my life. Very thankful for it. You know, my doctor put me on Zoloft first. She's like, that's the most common one. We'll just see how it goes. And I'm like, all right, cool. She's like, you might have some side effects, but you're gonna feel pretty good within like a couple of weeks. And she was right. Like within like 3 weeks or so, my brain fog was gone. I was sleeping better. I was more productive. It was great. I did have some side effects, but like I was just so like happy to not want to kill myself anymore that I was like, I'll deal with it, you know. So we check in 3 months later, and she's like, how are you feeling? And I was like, oh my God, I feel great. Like I'm more productive. I'm sleeping better. It's wonderful. And she's like, any side effects? And I was like, I mean, yeah, I do have explosive diarrhea every single day. But at this point, I'm feeling pretty chill about it. So I think it's the meds. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, wait a second. I'm like, no, doc, listen to me, hang on. It's like, yeah, I spray the bull every other hour, but I don't want to kill myself, so it's crazy. She was like, we'll put you on something else. So I've been on Lexapro for a couple of years now, and it's been going good. She was like, okay, here's the deal. You're gonna be on this medication. You're gonna probably gain weight. You're gonna have acne. You're never gonna want to have sex again. All true things. So I'm no longer miserable because of my chemical imbalance. I'm miserable for every other reason now, so it works, it's fine. Couldn't come very well anyway, so now I have an excuse. It's like somehow every other guy from my past is calling me up being like, oh, so it wasn't me. And I'm like, oh, no. I wasn't medicated then because I fucked you, that was crazy, so that's why. Speaking of dating and all that, I've been living in Nashville for 10 years now. I can't believe it, 10 years. Yeah, 10 years now, and I am currently single, and I date a lot of guys that look like they could be the fifth member of the Beatles. You know, instead of being rich and British, they're broken from Kentucky. You know, instead of getting to be Yoko Ono, more like Broko Ono. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, dating is weird. Like, it's just hard out here. It's really hard now, you know. But, like, interracial dating. Who's a fan of interracial dating? Okay, nice, nice. Okay, cool. I'm thankful you're a lovely crowd. Usually there's just some creepy dude in the back that's like, I love it, I'm into it. And I'm like, security, thank you. No, but I've only ever dated interracially, but it's the most boring kind, Asian women and white men. People are like, that's not interracial dating, Cortney. To the state of California, it's not interracial dating, it turns out. But like, we're considered the safe race matching. It's kind of fucked up. It's like, you don't assume anything about us, though. It's like, oh, what's the worst thing you're gonna assume about us? Is that I need a green card and he lives in his mom's basement and jerks off to Pokemon? Like, it's not that bad, Maybe true, but it's not like the worst thing you could assume about people. I hate it when guys are like, oh my God, Cortney, you're just so exotic. Oh, you're just so exotic. And I'm like, gross, man. I'm from Ohio. I'm about as exotic as a Disney cruise that docks in Tampa, Florida, all right? Fewer kids, though. That's good. But dating's been kind of rough out here. Is anyone on the dating apps? Anyone? Nice. Thank you for being fucking honest, okay? Most people are like, I'm like, no, okay, you don't need to lie. I know you're on Grindr. It's fine. But I'm also not on I'm not on dating apps either, guys. I'm not. It's not because I think I'm better than you. It's because I'm banned. Yeah, it's because I got banned from the big three. We know what the big three: Hinge, Bumble, Tinder. Can't get on there anymore. Tried. And the reason why I got banned is because, I don't know if you knew this, everyone, but men can be kind of gross. I don't know if you knew that, but like, it's just in case, just putting it out there. Safe out there, guys, And they can be gross online. And instead of me reporting shitty behavior to like the app or whatever, I would like double down on their gross behavior. And I rebooted my iPhone 6 recently. Yeah, some of the things I said to them, I should be arrested at this point. Like, I just was like, yeah, you want to be gross? Yeah, I want to see you suck your own dick, man, And then they'd be like, I'm being harassed. And I'm like, oh, pussy, okay, you can handle that? What happened when men were men, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so the last straw was I was on Bumble, and I matched with this guy. And he was kind of a dud. He was kind of boring, But he had a full head of hair, so I was willing to hear him out. I'm really shallow about that. And I'll tell you why. It's like, I don't want to grab a hold of a guy's balding head and just pull all of it out on accident. I'd be scared to death of doing that. Also, balding heads, you try and grab a hold of it, it's like trying to grab a doorknob after you put on lotion. He's just getting away from you, you know what I mean? It's like, get over here. Just slipping away from you, And like, look, I'm not superficial about everything, Like, for example, I would like it if you had a full head of all your hair, but you don't need to have all your teeth. You know what I mean? I think that's reasonable. It's a reasonable give and take, So I was talking with this guy, and it was kind of going nowhere, but I was bored and, desperate and broken and, unmedicated. So just perfect cocktail to find love. And he sends me a photo on the app, and at first I'm just like, okay, why would he send me a photo? And I don't know if you know this, but on dating apps, at least with Bumble, if someone sends you a photo, it's blurred until you click on it, because they eventually learn that consent is pretty cool. So, crazy, I know. So he sends me this photo. I can kind of make it out in the photo, and I'm like, this is either a flaccid penis or a sick elephant. So I think I might know what it is, but let's hedge our bets. I click on the photo. It is a penis. It's a dick. I don't know if it's his. It could have been Getty imaged for all I know, but I don't know. Whatever. So, and I take a second, and I see the little bubbles pop up. He replies. He's like, well? And I'm like, well, what? He's like, are you gonna send me anything in return? As if it was a high honor to receive that. And I was like, before I said no, I was still in my little vigilante Batman, troll era. So I was like, yeah, give me 1 second. So I go to Google Images, right? I type in Danny DeVito shirtless. There's a lot of photos of him out there, trust me, just in case you were wondering, a lot of shirtless photos. And I find a good one where the light is hitting him just right, and like he's got a nice little shadow on his titties, And he and I are about the same cup size, so it's believable, you know what I mean? Probably say nipple color too, let's just be honest. And so, get it? I zoom in like half of the titty and half of the nipple. I'm like, okay, slightly pixelated, but that's kind of hot, right? It's like making a home movie. And so, send it to him, and he's like losing his shit. He's like, oh my God, that's so hot. That's so fucking hot. fellas who date women, I don't know if you know this, but when we sext, like we're multitasking, you know? We're like folding laundry, saying the rosary, doing whatever, you know? I know you guys are coming all over God's creation, but you know. Anyway, so I just wanted you guys to know that when you're thinking of us, we're thinking of our list of things to do. So you're on that list for the most part, but still, I just thought you should know that. So he's losing his mind, and I'm like, oh, I'm in here now. I'm in here, baby. I'm getting horny just from trolling this guy. So I've never been hornier in my life. So I was like, do you want another photo? Do you want another one? He's just like, oh my God, yeah. It was text, so I just assumed that's what he sounded like, you know? Just like a bass. And I was like, whoa, 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 you know? So I sent another one, slightly more zoomed out, both titties in perfect view. There's some hair on the chest. He doesn't say anything. Maybe he thinks I'm also part European. I don't know. So send that out. He's losing his mind. I sent another one, slightly more zoomed out. Then I send the whole fucking photo. With the fucking Always Sunny in Philadelphia logo in the bottom. And I was like, you just came to Danny DeVito, motherfucker. And then he reported me for harassment, and I lost my account. And that is why, no, it's okay. That's why we need feminism. So that I can harass men online and have no repercussions. So, but I do have a very specific type of white guy that I like. You know there are types out there, right? It's like looking at a Pantone sheet, you know? It's like eggshell, cracked eggshell, ivory, soft ivory, African ivory, off-white, cream. Like that. There's a plethora of pastiness out there at your fingertips. But I have a specific type of guy that I like. And it's guys who look like Harry Potter with Crohn's disease. Does anybody skinny, tiny little men, you know? The ones that can never hurt you physically but emotionally do a lot of damage? And they do, let me tell you that much. I think I like tiny guys because I wasn't allowed to play with Polly Pockets growing up. No. Mom thought they'd be a choking hazard. Tiny guys, not a choking hazard. Blowjobs, yeah. But it's like a cute blowjob joke. It's just like, oh, that's nice, you know. Just fit it right in there, just like you fit a dick in your mouth, just real cute. And real compact. No guy ever wants to hear that they're compact. Oh, boy. But, you know, and people like to laugh when I say that I'm into those types of guys, you know. And I think justice for the skinny guy, you know? I'm not going to provide it, but someone should. Yeah, they're doing fine. But anyway, so, people like to make fun of me for that kind of stuff. But, because, you know, but everyone has a type, you know? Like, some people are into abs or forearms. I like a nice rib cage. You laugh now, but after the show, go find yourself a skinny man and go make out with him. And just do one of these. And tell me that's not fucking relaxing, okay? Better than any Ocean Sound CD I've ever bought, honestly. It's real soothing, you know? But, you know, dating is interesting. I keep saying that, but it's true, you know? But switching gears here, you know, like I mentioned I'm adopted. What a hard turn from blowjobs to, hey, I was rejected as a baby, so crazy. Now we get why I do this, and so no one can reject me if they're all my friends, and everyone has to be my friend. So we're cutting that too. I need y'all to think I'm a cool girl. I'm cool with the blue room. Ooh. I'm so cool. No. Anyway. People are going to think there's something really wrong with me when this comes out. There is. But anyway, so I was, talking about being adopted. And, you know I'm really lucky to be adopted. I'm so lucky that I'm adopted. That's what I was told anyway. So every day, every Sunday at church, I'd have the church ladies come up to me and go, oh my God, you're so lucky to be adopted. You know, you could have been prostituted, you know? You know that? You know, you could have been working at the Nike factory, you know that? But you know, your mom and dad, God brought them into your life so that you can be here today in Manaway, Ohio. And I'm like, I am like a literal kid. I'm just like sitting there shoving goldfish in my face, like trying to like figure out what the fuck is going on. And that just speaks to a bigger conversation anyway, where it's like people like to put a lot onto people of color in general, but children of color. They treat them not like kids, and I think that's fucked up. And I got a lot of not adult content, that sounds gross, but like a lot of adult things thrown at me as a kid, and that was one of them. And like, you know, and that stuck with me, you know. But I got bullied a lot growing up. Shocker to anyone. Bullied a lot, and I was in the kids choir, and I remember we were going to rehearsal one day for the Christmas pageant, and these two older girls that used to bully me constantly. And to this day, I don't know why. They did vote for Trump, but yeah, I don't know why. And so, yeah, they have essential oils now, but yeah, I don't know why they bullied me. And so, I don't get it. Anyway, so they were bullying me, and they're both bigger than me, and they grabbed me one day and dragged me into the supply closet and tried to lock me in there so I would miss choir practice, and also so that I'd be locked in a closet, which is insane. And I fought my way out. I clocked the one girl in the face and broke her glasses, and I'm like, nice, you know? I thank you, yeah. Thank you, yeah. And the whole time the girls were just beating the shit out of me and like pulling my hair and ripping my clothes and all of that, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, would the Nike factory still take me? You know? I mean, I can have a nice life. I can make 3 cents a year. It sure as hell beats having the shit beat out of you by a girl wearing bifocals. You know what I mean? But all of it is so strange. I just think adoption's very weird. You know, people they really get political with you when they find that out. And I inherently don't think I'm a political comedian per se. I share my experiences, and people like to affix that onto me, and I think that's interesting. For example, you know, there's this whole debate right now. This is political, and I apologize if that's not your jam, but you saw Gabby Watts do 15 minutes, so I think you can handle me. But you know, there are a lot of people on the far right who are like, oh, with abortions, you know, no kid who was adopted ever wishes they were aborted. That you could save a life and let them have a good life. No one ever wishes they were aborted who's adopted. And I'm like, no one's ever asked. Honestly. Because, like, the scariest thing is when people are like, we'll take your baby, we'll adopt your baby, we'll take him out of your hands. That's, like, horrifying. You know what I mean? It'd be better off to have an abortion than have some chick named Caitlin with 5 Y's in her name who still wears Chevron unironically take your kid, you know? Oh. That kid's gonna be named like Chrysanthemum or something crazy, you know? I heard someone go, oh God, in the audience. So sorry if that's your name, but I'm sure your parents love you very much. And, you know, it's so crazy to me because like no one ever, the argument about abortion versus adoption and all that stuff, I think that's insane. You know, because if someone would have came to me 32 years ago and been like, Cortney, you could live through 9/11, COVID-19, and seeing 2 girls, 1 cup for the first time. I would be yeeted out of that fucking pussy so goddamn fast. Some say 2 girls, 1 cup was the real 9/11, so I'm saying, the world changed after that, I don't know. We haven't been quite the same since, that's all I'm saying. You laugh, but I don't know. Trying to stay on my mark, it's cool, all right. Sweating like a sinner in church up here. But anyway, so you know, my family's really interesting too. I mean, my family's pretty crazy. Like my grandma, she used to be really racist. Turns out, used to be super racist. She's not anymore because she's dead. Yeah. It wasn't like she watched Get Out and it was like we were wrong. No, she died with hate in her heart and a slur on her lips. That's for sure. She was an equal opportunity bigot, though. She hated everyone, okay? She hated the Beatles because they're British. She's Scottish, so I guess I kind of get it. And she loved Brexit, you know? And that joke was really hot, like in 2016, I'll tell you that much. I need to cut that out. We'll cut that. It's fine. And so she was just hated everyone that didn't look like her, which is crazy because she had skin cancer and her skin was red all the time. So there weren't a lot of people that really looked like her. Oh, that's so mean. Okay, we'll cut that too. R.I.P., you know. It's fine. She can't hear this. She's probably in hell, so. if it exists. So, so she was pretty racist. She hated everyone. She hated the Beatles. She hated Snoopy because he was black and white. I'm not lying. She was like, oh, why would they design that dog black and white? I'm like, Grandma, it is a cartoon beagle who flies on his house. What? It's crazy because Snoopy does big numbers in Ohio. He's real popular in Ohio. Cedar Point, Cedar Fair, he's their mascot. He's all over the place. So he polls well in Ohio. So she struggled with that. I remember one day we were sitting around watching TV and she was talking about how she hated Asian people. I don't know. She probably thought the food was too spicy or she hates that trains exist. I don't know. The railways. See, I told you I'm a history buff. I know. I don't think I finished 8th grade, actually, so. But anyway, I can read. That's important, It's a bare minimum. I can read. But she was talking one day about how much she hated Asian people, and I was, sentient enough at that time that I knew I was different from my family, mainly because people on the street would tell that to us, and it was a lot, but whatever. Those people hopefully have gout now, and that's fine. We can only hope for the best for those who wronged us. And so, peace and love. And she was talking about how she hated Asian people. And I was like, Grandma, I'm Asian. Do you hate me? And she was like, oh, honey, no. Oh, God, no. You're a Warner. It's in your blood. Your eyes are almost all the way open. Come on now, kid. We're almost there. She's like, no, but come over here and give Granny a massage now, okay? And I was like, Grandma, I don't know how to do that. She's like, I think it's in your blood. I think you got it. Yeah, R-I-fucking-P. And so, guys, I am thankful. I am glad I'm adopted, though. The older I get, I'm thankful that, that I am who I am, mainly because my family is fugly. And so, sorry. They're fugly, and all the women have PCOS, so I really, But yeah, so I'm thankful I'm adopted. I'm thankful that I come from a different bloodline, there's things about me that I'm starting to appreciate, that I like about myself, because I grew up being told I was an ugly motherfucker most of my life, because I wasn't white, and that's really how that works. There's a lot to like about me, I guess, I like my hair. I like my hair a lot. I'm growing it out. I think it's nice, thank you. I saw my hairdresser recently, and she was like, oh, so what are your goals for your hair? And I was like, never been asked that before in my life. And I was like, do you mean, do I want it to run for class president, or what? And no, she's like, no, how long do you want to get your hair? And I was like, oh, okay, gotcha, yeah. Let's go real fucking Amish. How about that? How about Manson family? Let's just go with that, I want to get it as long as possible, And every now and again, I get a little bit of a wild hair, pun intended, up my ass. And I'm like, I'll chop it all off. I'll do a pixie cut, very chic. I can, Emma Stone has a really great pixie cut. Quinta Brunson has a great pixie cut. I'm like, I can pull that off. So I got on TikTok one day, and I did one of those filters that does your hair. I can't get a pixie cut, guys. Because I look like Kim Jong-un. Yeah. And that is a terrorist attack on this great nation, so. It's things I've always wanted a celebrity look-alike, I never had one. Well, be careful what you wish for, okay? Because I guess he is a celebrity. Of all the dictators, man, Stalin, he fucking sucks. He was pretty hot, that's all I'm saying, so. Would have taken that one. All right. You're judging me, and I know that you are, but would you rather look like Kim Jong-un? Be for fucking real, Blue Room, okay? Don't lie to yourselves right now. Don't do that to me. We're friends. Who likes men in here? Does anyone like tall guys? All right, cool. Shout out. How tall is tall for you? Anyone to shout out?
6'2".
6'2". What was the other one? 6 foot. 6 foot. How tall are you?
6'2".
No. I am pro sex change anytime you want to do it. That one caught me off guard. I'll tell you that one. The person who yelled 6 foot. You're 5'8". Okay, that makes sense because you want a taller person because you're tall. I'm so sick of these bitches who are like, I want 6'5" and above. And I'm like, and how tall are you? And they're like, I'm 4'9". And I'm like, that doesn't look natural. That's like looking at Russian nesting dolls and a few of them are missing in between. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's not what Darwin wanted for the species. Could you imagine giving birth to that? Oh my God, Jesus Christ, that seems insane. I'll be honest, guys, I'm not that into tall guys. I'm really not. I'm 5'4". I don't need much, you know. I'm a simple girl. I don't need much. Please, sir, may I have some more? Oh, so I was gonna sing all over for you guys. I'm a British kid who doesn't have teeth and doesn't have parents. Oh, give me some money and some dick. Oh. I've been sober for 2 months, by the way. This is just who I am. I think you guys would just like to know that up top. This is me, dry as a bone. So, anyway. Tall guys. So, I know I'm not into tall guys. Like I said, I'm on the shorter end of the height spectrum. I've been with tall guys, and I just don't like it. Like, there's just so much, like, negative space there. You know? And I say negative because a man has never done anything positive for me. So, there's just extra meat there. What do I do with it? You know what I mean? Do I boil it? Unseasoned, of course. And I'm just like, because like it's like I don't want to get neck pain from asking how his mom is. You know what I mean? Like I don't always need to be giving blowjob eyes to him. You know, those are for sacred moments. He'd get used to it, and then he wouldn't come anymore. You know, and we can't. And I'm the one who can't come, so we both can't be full of shit. You know, I know that's not what comes out when you have sex. Sometimes maybe, but. You know, like, speaking of sex, how would I even have sex with a tall man, you know? Like, what if we wanted a 69 or something? Like, do I just give his belly button a rim job for 20 minutes? And call it good? Like, and all my girlfriends, they're like, Cortney, you just gotta climb him. You gotta climb a tall guy. And I'm like, that sounds like exercise, and frankly, I don't wanna do that. So, you know, like, when someone says climb, I think of two things. One, I think of that scene in Mulan, the Disney movie, where she's climbing up the pole, you know, strength of a coursing river, dark side of the moon, be a man, you know, all those things. Getting ready to save China, very noble effort, you know. She's making eyes at the bisexual hunk who's leading the tribe. He was bisexual. He was so into Mulan as a dude, okay? By erasure, am I right? So, come on, Disney. What do we expect? Anyway, and so that's what I think of. Very noble thing. She's trying to save China. That's a huge, big deal. I'm just do anything like that. I'm just trying to get off, you know? If me coming saves America, I'll do it, you know? I would, you know? Where's my purple heart, you know? Give me a purple heart in exchange for not blue balls, is all I'm saying. So, and the other thing I think about, I don't want to trigger anyone, but I do think about this, is do y'all remember the presidential fitness test? That bullshit? What is presidential about fat-shaming 10-year-olds? Like, tell me one president besides Obama that could actually fucking do that, okay? Biden would have a heart attack. Trump, hope so. FDR, could FDR do it? Okay, no. Think about that one. He couldn't, because he's a pussy, and so he got terminally ill. Stupid. Fucking idiot. Anyway, I need to not watch Workaholics before I perform, because I feel like I'm just morphing into Adam Devine, I feel like. He has a bigger ass than me, though, so that's fine. But yeah, tall guys, not for me. 5'10", I'm good at. I mean, it's totally arbitrary, but Timothy Chalamet and Harry Styles are 5'10", so I just totally, that means nothing to me, okay? But just for reference, so you guys know. Tiny guys, big heads, nice, you know? Real hot. And so, but speaking of, I've talked a lot about gay stuff tonight, and so let's get into more gay stuff. Guys, have you ever had a makeout session so bad you think you're gay for 48 hours? Anyone? Yeah, the people who are clapping, yeah, I know you're fucking gay, okay? Yeah, I know that. Good for you. That's aggressive. That's gonna be cut, okay? Wow, I'm gonna end up on a list after this. But anyway, so I did. I made out with not one but two guys in the same night. It was crazy. And people like to ask, like, what do you elaborate, because you're dying to know, I'm sure. And it wasn't like a challenger situation, It wasn't like duck, duck, goose. It wasn't like, mwah, 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 and you run around. Like, it wasn't like one of those, It was more like that scene in Mrs. Doubtfire where Robin Williams is my favorite movie, where Robin Williams is at the restaurant and he's like, he's trying to pitch his TV show to the producer, but he's also trying to be at the birthday dinner with the family, and he's like, I got a great idea for a TV show. Also, I can't see my kids unless I'm in drag. Isn't that crazy? Oh, pip, pip, bum your nanny. Oh, don't eat the shrimp, James Bond. Oh, right, Practically the whole movie. You guys get it. The whole time, you guys got it. That was me, but instead of it being like that, it was like, oh my God, you're only on SoundCloud? That's amazing. It's my favorite streaming service. Oh, it's okay, you're 40 with 5 roommates. I don't care. That's hot. It's economical. Back and forth, ping ponging all night, doing the whole thing. And then I wake up the next morning, feet flat on the floor, and I'm like, am I gay? Because I've never really thought about women that way, but I did not like what happened last night. And if it were just one dude, I'd be like, all right, I'll chalk it with that. I had a sample size, I had a control group, And so I did what any rational person would do in that moment, what anyone would do in that moment, and that was watch 3 hours straight of lesbian porn. But it wasn't like fun. Again, that was part of the 10,000 hours that I talked about earlier with Pornhub. It wasn't fun for me, though. It was like, that scene in A Clockwork Orange where Alex has, like, sit trapped at the chair, like, watching all that. That was me. No Stanley Kubrick fans? Okay. It's a great movie. You should watch it. The book is good, too. But anyway. See, I do read. I watch the film adaptations, is what I mean. And so that was actually, as a fun side note, my mom was not a big fan of reading. I know she can read. I know she can. But she didn't like it very much. So she never made me read books. She just had me watch the film adaptations of them. And she's like, that's enough, So reading was my rebellion. Anyway. Okay, not funny. That was just a fact that I shared. I thought, we're going to go a little weird with, as if the rest of this wasn't weird. But anyway, did that for 3 hours, realized, you know what, I'm not gay. But ladies who fuck ladies, good on ya. It's fucking beautiful. It's like watching a goddamn A24 movie. Oh my God. The lighting, sepia tone. There's a beginning, middle, and end for everyone. A happy one, too. It's incredible. I've never, as a woman who's only been with men, it's mainly just watching like a construction site video, just and being like, was it good for you, too? Like, no, it was 2 seconds, Jeremy. What the fuck? I don't think I've ever fucked a Jeremy, so that's why I said that name. Anyway, I don't care. He wasn't important enough to remember. If I pick a J name, it's pretty safe because usually they suck. Right, ladies? Yeah, I just hear the yes. We're tired. But anyway, so yeah, lesbian porn. It's the fucking tits, literally. It's 4 of them, it's cool. It's a bee's knees. It's very cool. It's very fluid. It's like watching Cirque du Soleil. It's beautiful. I like it. I'd watch it like as entertainment. It doesn't do much for me. Instead of like, I don't really want to watch The Office again. How about we just turn this on? But like, I don't think I can make a woman come. I'll be honest. I don't think I could do it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Except make a lady come, because God doesn't want that. No. I don't think I could do it, honestly, because and that's the only time I'll really give any men kind of credit. I'm like, well, most of you guys can't do it either, but I want to say, for those who can, nice job, good job. Because and people are like, Cortney, don't you masturbate? Don't you do that shit? And I'm like, yeah, but doing this versus that's just different, It's like, have you ever, like people who have long hair, so the ladies and guys who skateboard, so you guys in here who have long hair, you know when you can French braid your own hair, but you can't French braid someone else's? That's kind of the same thing, okay? Okay, that was niche. It's fine. Again, it's fine. But I don't think I could stare down the barrel of a pussy and do much with that. I'd just be like, all right, just like a student here, all right, okay. It's like, hello, 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 hello. Ding dong, who's home? I just don't think, I just don't think I can do it. I just don't understand how a body part is both wet and dry at the same time, you know? Like, pussies always have the meat sweats, you know what I'm saying? Mine does, anyway. My pussy is named Jeff. He hates his family. He loves Bud Light, okay? He eats at Arby's 5 times a week. He has the meat sweats. It's like swamp ass, more like just swamp area, you know? Ogre City. So, yeah, it's a lot going on down there. And so I just don't think I could do that, you know? But kudos to those who can, because there's a lot of moving parts down there, you know? And I think trying to make a woman come is a lot like playing that game Bop It Extreme from the 90s. You know? It's like, flick it, spin it, flick it, spin it, no, bop it, keep bopping it, bop it, bop it, bop it, bop it, bop it, bop it. Make eye contact with me, goddammit, don't you love me? Bop it, bop it, bop it, bop it, bop it. And you still lose. You still fucking lose. You're out of breath. You're picking hairs out of your mouth. You're losing. Whose hairs are they? Who fucking knows at that point? Guys, I really love that joke, so thank you very much. It's my piece de resistance. And so this is my Oppenheimer, okay? Not blowing up the place, but my best picture. This is definitely my Oppenheimer. It was just a bunch of skinny white guys fighting, so yeah, that's exactly what it is. Guys are so easy to make to come. Make to come. What? No, fuck. Hey, it's so easy to make to come. Oh, another today, make to come, and it is easy to make men come, is what I'm trying to say. You guys, you're easy, you know? Yeah, you're not that complicated, and I appreciate that about you. It's like, you know, it's a lot like playing the regular version of Bop, but, you know, you just twist it, pull it, and that's it, you know? It's great. You know, all the hardware is there. You see everything. It's great. It's no user manual required. Man, so I've always, you know, enjoyed performing. You know, I've always known I think I was meant to do this, whatever. But it took me a long time to figure out what kind of performing I wanted to do, honestly. You know, for a while, I thought I was going to be a singer. I thought I was going to be the next Hillary Duff. That's what I thought. I thought, okay, acting, can do that. Dancing, figure it out. Turns out I'm very bad at dancing, but who cares? You know, singing. So I was like, I got to nail singing. Because I was so ready. I already had my little pose. I was so ready to be on the Disney Channel. You cannot believe how ready I was to sell my soul to the mouse, you know? I already had practiced hi, I'm Cortney, and you're watching Disney Channel. You know? I knew it, and I wanted it to be purple. I wanted the light to be purple, and that's what I knew, what I wanted. And so I was like, okay, I got to figure out this singing thing, you know, the ripe age of 9, and I'm like, I got to figure this out. So I joined the kids' choir at church, which I had mentioned earlier, and so they do Christmas pageants every year, and any kid who wants a solo can have a solo. Literally, they just break up Silent Night for anyone who fucking wants a solo. Basically, the way that song goes, it's almost like popcorn reading, but set to a piano. You know, it's like, Silent Night. You know, it's just really, it's really. I'll find a home video and I'll hotmail it to all of you guys. So, gotta see that, you know. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll do it. So every kid has to audition for the solo anyway to figure out if you're alto, tenor, soprano, whatever. I audition. I think I fucking crush it. I'm belting out Silent Night like no one's business, you know. Ready for my contract for Disney Channel or Nickelodeon. I would have taken that too. I mean, it wasn't my first choice, but would have been fine. I mean, not now after watching that documentary, but you know. Anyway, and so they hand out the solos to all the kids for the pageant, and then the choir director pulls me over, and she was just like, "Hey, Cortney, I just want to talk to you for a second." And I was just like, "Okay," because I had braces at that point. She's like, "Yeah, what's going on?" And she's like, "You did such a great job, and we really think God has blessed you with so many talents, and that's why for your solo, we're gonna have you do yours in sign language." You can figure out why. And I was like, sign language? What's that? And I just need to tell you guys, I had no need for sign language. Nobody I knew spoke sign language. There were no deaf people at our church. I had to learn sign language to Silent Night, and they had to, like the first year, they would wheel people in from the School of the Deaf and the Blind just for me to sign to them. The first year they fucked up. They brought in only blind kids. How fucking offensive is that I'm looking at them signing just for them? Like, that feels like I'm mocking them. Again, they honestly had no idea what was going on, so I'm in the clear on that. But yeah, so they had me, I did the solo, that same solo for like 4 years in a row. And all I was told is, God has blessed your hands. He has blessed your hands to be holy and to speak the gospel through your hands. Not your mouth, but your hands. And so also, I think that's a little weird, silencing a woman. Okay. A person of color too, okay. Turns out I am tone deaf. I have no ability to sing, but I didn't know that. I just thought that God blessed these hands, you know what I mean? Like, don't catch these hands as they're ordained by God, you know? That's what I thought. And it turns out I'm just aggressively bad at singing. And I think that whole story is the moral is that I firmly believe that adults should bully children. I swear to God, if someone would have came to me and said, that choir director was like, "Yeah, you don't got the chops, kid, get out of here," you know? Instead of me making me learn a whole other fucking language for 4 years, and no one spoke to me in it, I'm just saying, I think there would have been I think that I would have turned out a lot differently. But, you know, this is behind the curtain. That joke I was 50-50 on putting that joke in the special, so I think I have my answer, okay? Okay, cool. So this is gonna be a 45-minute special. Gotcha, okay. But, but guys, I did feel strongly that I was meant to be on stage, and so much so, and I knew I was always meant to do something like this and to entertain and perform and to hopefully make people happy through whatever silly shenanigans that I do. The main indicator for me was that I got baptized 3 times in a year and a half because I loved giving my testimony. Yeah. What am I fucking doing right now, you know? I remember the first time I got baptized, you heard the Big Dog story. I was in the Big Dog t-shirt, you know? It's all weaving back together, you get it, you know? As if I, worked on this for so long. Anyway. But yeah, so I went to my pastor, and the first reason why the first time I got baptized is because I was in love with the pastor's son. Talk about Nepo baby, am I fucking right? Okay? Everyone loves to talk about Dakota Johnson. No one talks about Steve, the pastor's son, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But yeah, I was in love with him for 3 reasons. He was a pastor's son. He had a very cool Livestrong bracelet that he wore. You can probably gauge what time period I'm from with that. And he could flip his eyelids inside out. So, hot. So hot. That's all I'm saying. That really got my 10-year-old gears turning. So pastor, we go through the whole thing. Go to the altar, get in the baptismal, get ready to get baptized, all that shit. You know, all I could think about is, oh my God, everyone is looking at me, and they have a lamb cake for me afterward, and it's so exciting. Those cakes are terrifying if you ever get a chance to look at a lamb cake. Oh my God. Why I wanted that, beyond me. But anyway, so I'm up there, and the pastor's doing the whole hand over the head, and oh, I'm blessed to bring this new child of God, whatever the fuck. And so he finally is like, anything you want to say to the congregation, Cortney? And I'd never spoken into a microphone before at this point. I'd never done anything like solo like this. So he hands me the microphone, and I just start talking, and I'm like, oh, I love Jesus, and I'm really excited to be here today, and I'm very thankful, and blah, 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 whatever. Then he dunks me under, I come out, and I feel nothing short of euphoria at that point. I feel like every nerve in my body is like electrified. It's coursing through my veins. And at the time, I thought it's because the Spirit of God was inside of me. Turns out, I just had an adrenaline rush from public speaking. So, in retrospect, I realized that. But I didn't know that at the time, because I'd never done that before. So I was like, I got to do it again. How do I do that again? It's kind of like, you know when you masturbate for the first time on accident? And you're like, I don't know what that was, but I'm going to try that again, you know? What's going on here, you know? Because you don't know. You're just like, that kind of tickles. And then I take a nap after. Okay, cool. And I just fall asleep, you know. Fucking does fix everything, doesn't it? And so, just kidding. It spreads a lot of disease, and so don't do it. And anyway, so I was trying to like do that again, and our church did baptisms every 6 months. So I signed up again 6 months later for the fall one. And my pastor was like, "Didn't you just get baptized last time?" And I froze. I was like, "Oh no, I didn't know there was going to be an interrogation portion to this." So I made up a lie on the spot, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know, but like, but Pastor, I've been really bad. I've been sinful." And he's like, "You're 10. What did you do?" And I was like, "Oh no, Pastor, I saw a picture of Zac Efron in a magazine, and I had really dirty thoughts about him. And I know from Sunday school, you only are supposed to want that about Jesus, so, because you want him to be inside of you with you forever." And the pastor's just like, "Oh my God, I can't hear this without calling the cops at this point." So go through the whole thing, get to the baptismal, he hands me the microphone, and he's like, basically anything you want to say. And I just start rambling about my whole fucking day. And I'm just like, today I woke up and I had oatmeal and I wanted cream and peaches, but instead my mom made me strawberry cinnamon and I don't like it. But I ate it because we were running late for church. And she's like, "We're always running late because of your father." And he's like, "That's not true. And that's crazy. And we almost were late for my baptism." And then also I stubbed my toe on the coffee table and I said, "Heck," but I said it in my head, but I know it's a sin because God can hear me and I'm sorry. And also, I was really mad at my brother, so when he was bouncing on his exercise ball, I popped it and he got a concussion. And the pastor's like, "Okay, oh my God, just go. And I got out of there, got another lamb cake, racking those up. I was a fucking shepherd at that point, you know what I mean? Just hooking them with, you know. And so do that, and then I was thinking to myself at my little get together. The church had a little function afterward, and I was like, I could have done that better. I could have absolutely done that better. Already just type A, ready to go. And so I sign up again as soon as I'm able to sign up to get baptized again. So I sign up for the spring one. At this point, I'm 11 years old now, and the pastor, he put in his recognition. I don't think it's related, but he did. I don't know. Maybe he touched someone. I don't know. We'll never know. Well, I mean, if you want to, I guess we can look if we want to know. That dragged on for too long. Okay, so he was like, "Why, you want to get baptized again?" "Yeah, whatever. I'm quitting in 6 weeks. I don't give a shit," basically. And so, but at that point, in between those 6 months from the fall to the spring, I had seen a little bit of stand-up comedy at that point. I had seen the very funny stylings of Tim Allen. So funny. I'd seen some of that. I'd seen a little bit of The Tonight Show, so I kind of got what was going on. I'm like, "Oh, okay, gotcha. That's it. Okay, cool. All I have to do is to grunt a lot and talk about how I hate my wife. Okay, cool. I don't have a wife, but I'll talk about it, sure." So the pastor, he looks ragged at this point. We're up there in the baptismal again, and he's just like, "Is there anything you want to say to the congregation, Cortney?" Just like 1,000-yard stare, just down. And I grabbed the microphone very confidently, and I'm like, "Yes, I do. What's up, Fellowship Bible Church? How we feeling this morning? What's going on? What are we celebrating today? Are we celebrating anything today, guys? guys? A confirmation, a baptism? What's going on here? Oh my God, it's so good to see everyone. Oh my God, it's good to see everyone today. Now, don't forget, it is a 2-item minimum here. Wafers and grape juice, don't forget. The body and the blood, you gotta get that. And don't forget, tip the pastor on the way out through the tithing bucket. And then he just dunked me under. He just full-on waterboarded me at that point. We quit going to church shortly after that, but I don't think that's related, actually. Nashville, you've been amazing. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you.